The Guardians had a wild game last night. Unfortunately, it did not end in the fashion that Guardians fans would have liked. Bull, do you want to start with Zunino, Karinchak, or where do you want to start with the Guardians?
I hope he go where I'm good, where you think he's supposed to go. Your boy Karinchak, bro.
Well,
he hot and cold, man. He hot and cold.
We'll get to Zunino. Now listen, I don't trust Karinchak. I don't write off guys 1 week into the season. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that in any, well, in football maybe, but even in football I don't really do that. But he's been shaky in 3 of his 4 appearances so far, and Classe needed the day off after blowing the save the day before, and so they went to him in the 9th and in a 3-3 game, and he gives up the run there. Good job by Tony Kemp. He had a really good at bat after kind of costing them early in the game. I don't want to kill him though. It wasn't like he was that terrible. Listen, guys go through ups and downs as pitching, but he's dealing with some mental hurdles, struggling with these new rules, and he seems to be kind of a guy who can get off kilter very easily, and you can't be that as a relief pitcher no matter how good stuff you have.
Do you think he ever cheated before? Because it was a guy I talked to about Karinchak a couple years ago, and they said that when he used to rub his hair, he'd be getting that stuff.
Who knows? I hate to accuse a guy of cheating when I don't know. It was fishy that he was always doing that. And then as soon as they changed the rules, he sucked the year after that. However, he bounced back last year, and he pitched really great when he came up. So
here's the crazy part about it. What scares me is I get scared by any pitcher that does not have overpowering something.
Yeah.
Like if you can't blow it past me, or if your curveball really ain't dropping off the table like that. When I see Karinchak, it's like, you remember when John Rocker lost his fastball and then he started throwing for like 92 and people was like, we don't care how much energy you bring to the table to the mound. For me, I just look at Karinchak, and one thing I learned about watching last year in the playoffs was the fact that you automatically know in the playoffs if you trust somebody or not.
100%.
It's in your stomach. You're like, oh, Lord, here this guy comes. I don't get the same feeling when I see Stephen. And my thing is, too, I'd rather see Herring. I'm trying to see the young phenom. Like if you, where you at? Like, at the end of the day, I'm going with that because he got some dominant stuff. And Karinchak just seems to be like, I've never really seen a pitcher to be that demonstrative that still was under control.
So you moved off of him. You're not on the Karinchak.
No, actually, to be truthful, I felt so badly about it. I think that the Guardians, as I look at their pitching, right, the hitting has been great. Your boy Miles Straw is out here raking the ball.
They're hitting very well.
They are hitting really well.
Zunino,
if they continue to do this, Bulls wrong. They Blue Jays.
He batting 300. Listen, I think he hit safely in pretty much every single game. Ramirez is hitting the ball well.
Everybody is except for Josh Bell is off to a slow start.
Oh my God, he's like,
he'll be all right, but he's off to a slow start.
I give him credit.
What's my dude from last year? What's his name? The big hitter that got sent to the Columbus.
Oscar Gonzalez.
No, not Oscar Gonzalez.
Will Brennan.
No, he got sent to the Columbus Crew, and I said, I'm going to go see him. And then he got cut.
Fran Milreyes.
Fran Milreyes.
He's playing for the Royals this year.
Is he really?
In fact, he had a home run yesterday.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, the thought, I think
the one thing I'll say about Karinchak is, here's the thing right now. His curveball is good, but his fastball is not, he's not throwing as hard, and guys are, even Tony Kemp, who got the game-winning hit, I heard his comments after the game, and he's like, Karinchak's soft curveball is nasty. I was looking for the first fastball he threw me, and I was going to attack it. And that's how guys are attacking him right now. They are looking for the fastball. He's over-relying on it. It's not crisp right now.
He better put it in.
And that's why he's getting hit. He's got to turn it around. But he has been a guy in his Guardians career who, he's like this, as you said. I mean, when he's on, he's nasty and unhittable.
Because he just did it against the Mariners.
And he gets a ton of strikeouts. I believe he led the majors in strikeouts per 9 innings last year. But when he's off, He's a disaster.
He got to find some consistency, and I think it's growing pains. He's getting adjusted to the new rules. He showed you a good game. He showed you some bad games. We need to find out who he is. I'm not ready to give up on him just yet.
I never give up on a guy this quickly.
Yeah, it's way too early for that.
I can't Duke a knee jerk in April. They ain't even played a home game. But I will have a wish list.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm trying to see. Listen, I've been in the time machine. When can I? Now this might be a stretch. We might not see Gavin Williams. We're not gonna get to him this year, maybe. But I need to see Bibby. I need to see Bibby though.
Yeah.
Like because Bibby, as a matter of fact, he's throwing harder than he was throwing last year.
Yeah.
Velocity is up, and on top of that, he got crazy command. So if it's me, by the end of the year, if I could get Bibby up here, I want to see more Heron. But for me, I think that if Tito has to look at Karinchak and say, look, man, I'm going to rock with you the first part of the season.
Yeah.
But as things go a little bit longer, I don't know. And by the way, Arias,
hit a bomb yesterday.
I like that power for middle infielders.
Yeah, he's going to get his at-bats. Will Brennan's getting his chance. He's playing well. Again, really everybody except for Bell, I think. Is there anybody else not off to a good start?
No, and actually I was going through the lineup yesterday. Right now, and I'm going to just give you the batting averages of this team. I know it's super early. It's not a good indication, but it is silly how well this team's putting the ball in contact, getting hit. Jimenez is batting .333. Miles Straw, .333. Quan, .308. Ramirez, .308. Zunino, .294. Naylor, .286. Brennan, .250. Arias, .222. Rosario struggled a bit. He's only at .214.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got Josh Bell at 0.
So it's really only of the guys who are playing pretty much every day. It's Rosario. Oscar Gonzalez off to a slow start, but most of the guys are hot right now. And so, yeah, I mean, I think we're all happy with the lineup. Listen, you hate to waste a game against the A's who are really in the long run are going to be really bad. Yeah. But still 4-2. Hopefully you take they're playing what, a 4 today? Mikey, what are they playing, a 4 today?
The Guardians, I believe 405.
Finally, yeah, and then and then the home opener on Friday.
3:37 first pitch. Excuse me. 3:37.
It's supposed to be cool but sunny on Friday for the home opener.
And at the end of the day, it's about winning series, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna win
3-1.
Yeah.
And when you look, actually before last game, they were leading the American League in runs.
Yeah.
Like, so it wasn't like, and I'm critical of them when I talk about the sticks. But it's not like you look at the Yankees. The Yankees ain't really been doing too much when it comes to putting, getting runners in score position. But I will say the only person that's struggling is Josh Bell. I think he's like 1 for 19 or 1 for 20.
Yeah. Once he catch his rhythm and he start putting that bat on the ball.
Yeah, he's a streaky player.
Yeah.
He's a streaky player. He'll get hot, hit a bunch of home runs in a week. Maybe he's going to use all those bats as once. We'll see. That'll be fun.
He look like Sonic and Tails.
No, he really does.
One thing, though, and Mikey mentioned it before, Mike Zunino's been terrible at blocking pitches. That's been, you know what? He had a reputation as a really good defensive catcher. He's great at what's called pitch framing, which is the ability to get a called strike on a borderline pitch that other catchers might have called the ball. It's very important. He's good at throwing out runners, but his Achilles heel, if you will, is stopping the ball in the dirt.
I didn't tell
you. Now, 7 pass balls. Is that accurate?
So
this season,
MLB.com has the pass ball stat. It updates every week. So this is when I went back and I counted game by game. I counted 7.
That's not wild pitches and pass balls combined. It's just pass balls.
That might be wild pitches, pass balls combined.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine a 7 pass. I know he's had a bunch.
Well, yesterday the one with Bieber was considered a wild pitch yesterday, even on the strikeout. So it's a wonky
when it's a wild pitch, that means essentially errors on the pitcher. When it's a pass ball, it's on the catcher. Right. But the thing is, though, there are plays that are wild pitches that the top catchers will stop and prevent the wild pitch. Yeah. He's been terrible at that part of the game.
Like yesterday, I forget who was on the mound. They threw a breaking pitch. He didn't striking the game, striking the guy out. Yeah. He had his glove turned over. I'm like, take that to the chest and block that.
I don't know what.
And just throw the guy out.
He's never been this bad. It's pretty ugly right now.
And real quick on that, so pass balls, like you said, you can some are wild pitches, some are pass balls. It's up to the official scorekeeper to give it either way.
Yeah.
When he was in Seattle, and I did all the research on this, and it's tough to put it in a graphic because it's advanced analytics. It's hard to make the abbreviations work. But he graded very high at throwing out runners at second. He graded high at framing, top 10 percentile of catchers for his whole stay in Seattle.
He
was the first Mariners catcher to allow 3 pass balls in a single inning.
Yeah, I mean, that's one game. I don't want to.
But I'm just saying, it's not like he's gone off the hill. It's never been a strength of his.
No, he looks particularly bad. Mike Zunino has played with Seattle and Tampa, so it wasn't like I was watching him play every day. But watching him play every day here, he's been bad at that.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Him or Hedges?
What you mean?
I'm still taking
what
him.
What you mean? Zunino.
I just wanted to see. I just wanted to check y'all temperature. I just wanted to check y'all temperature.
And he got power numbers.
Because I was going to say.
Zunino's a significantly better hitter. Zunino's also better overall at throwing out runners, although nobody's really throwing out any runners right now because the stolen bases are like 90% successful around the league right now. And he's great at calling pitches. That's the only thing that he's not good at, and it hurts. It's going to cost you.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
But Austin Hedges should not be in the major leagues.
If he
he's the worst hitter in baseball. He's already on the injured list for Pittsburgh.
If you a catcher with power that can hit, is so valuable. Like if you want to keep giving up pass balls, as long as it ain't costing you no games, I'll take the power.
He's got to clean that up, and what we may see, and you don't see this very often at this position. Like, a lot of times you'll see if you have a good hitting outfielder that's not good in defense, you'll see the good defensive outfielder come in the 8th and 9th inning when the game, like if you're winning. They may start doing that with him. I don't know the advanced analytics on Mebris Valoria and Cam Gallagher, who are their backup catchers, but my guess is those guys, especially Gallagher, has been a backup catcher in baseball for a while. You don't last as a backup catcher in baseball for a long time unless you're really good behind the plate.
Fact.
So I'm assuming they're both, and certainly Gallagher, good defensive players. I haven't seen them enough here, obviously. So we may see those guys consistently come in. Like you see, whenever Zunino's likely last at bat is, 7th or 8th inning, and then the next inning they bring those guys in. It's not ideal, but he's hurting them defensively now.
It's my fault that this happened.
Why is that?
Because I text the group chat about the A's looking unathletic when they ran into each other, and then boom, Zunino pulled his neck. It's 2 times now. I just said so. I called this show. The old tiny one and jinxed it, and I done jinxed it.
Awesome. I will say this, man. Watching Quan is fun, bro.
Oh yeah.
Because like the way he gets his bat to the zone is crazy. Like, when you take a look at his hands, he's able to contort his hands. His wrist is his wrist is crazy. Like, he gets the balls like when he's hitting that normal batters not getting to. I mean, he can hit the ball left field, right field. He can spray the ball the other way. Like, he does a great job of just controlling, and he don't swing and miss. Like, it's crazy, like, how he's able to get to some of this stuff. He just reminds me of Ichiro so much, and it's just funny.
Yeah, I mean, he's not quite as good as Ichiro at this point. Maybe if he
don't get it twisted.
Hopefully, one day.
But he has the same type of game. Good defensive player, good arm, good speed.
He can get on base.
Gets on base, doesn't have much power. I think Ichiro could have hit for more power, but that wasn't his game. But and if I'm the Guardians, I'm really working hard to lock him up because he's not a power hitter, so it's not going to cost you a ton of money. Non-power hitters generally don't get paid a ton of money. But he's a perfect leadoff hitter. He's an old school type of leadoff hitter. It reminds me a little, another guy reminds me of back in the day. I think you'll remember this name, G. Brett Butler. Remember him?
Brett Butler.
Giants and Dodgers?
Yes.
He's that, like, a bunch of singles, doubles, put the ball in play, run the bases well. He does everything well. His game is, except for power, he does every other aspect of the game at a very high level. Seems like a great teammate, smart guy. He's awesome. I'm with you.
And by the way, Rosario is struggling a little bit.
Yeah. He got off to a bad start last year, too. He'll be all right.
But listen, the Guardians got so many middle infielders. Like, I'm looking at these names. They got Angel Martinez. These dudes ain't even getting off the snide.
Rocchio.
The Rocchio cat.
Yeah. There's so much they have to trade.
And so for me, if Arias is going to show that level of power, I'm cool. You move him right on over here, whether it's Jimenez is going to be short or keep him at second.
I would still. I'm not trading Rosario because he's not going to bring you much back in the trade, and he's important to the team. But he's going to be gone after the year, and I think Arias is going to slide right in there. Yep. Go ahead, Mike.